Stallone began his professional acting career in 1968 and has worked with a plethora of incredibly skilled superstars in Hollywood. Here's the Rocky Riches. 10 highest-grossing box office movies of Sylvester Stallone. Rambo III. Stallone reprised his role as John Rambo in the 1988 war film Rambo III while still young, strong, and in the prime of his career. When Rambo receives a visit from his longtime comrade, Colonel Sam Troutman, in Thailand, he is extraordinarily elusive and unpredictable. Richard Crenna. Troutman is looking for Rambo's elite expertise for a CIA-funded mercenary unit he's assembling to give weapons to the Mujahideen and other Islamic guerrilla groups fighting the Soviet army. When Rambo declines the invitation, Troutman goes alone and is ambushed by Soviet soldiers and taken to Colonel Alexei Zazin, played by Mark de Jonge, for interrogation or torture. Rambo resolves to assist in the rescue of his pal after hearing the news. Despite having a $63 million budget, the picture grossed $188.7 million at the box office. The Expendables 3. While there are rumors that an Expendables 4 would be released in 2022, the most recent installment, The Expendables 3, is the last action-packed film series Stallone has offered fans to enjoy. In this edition, Barney Ross is forced to confront his past by going to battle with Conrad Stonebanks, the partner-turned-arms dealer he believed he killed. Mel Gibson. The Expendables will come to an end, according to Stonebanks. So, along with the original band of troops, Ross assembles a team of new blood that are stronger, quicker, and more technologically aware, including Smiley, Kellen Lutz, Thorne, Glenn Powell, Mars, Victor Ortiz, and Camilla Sarai-Jivity. The Expendables 3 earned $209.4 million at the box office, despite being the lowest grossing of the three sequels. Creed II. Creed II, which was released in 2018, is the sequel to Creed, which was released in 2015 and grossed much less than the sequel. The film centers on Adonis Johnson, Apollo Creed's son played by Michael B. Jordan, whom Rocky takes under his wing as his official coach, seeing that the young man was born to fight. When Adonis accepts a challenge from Victor Drago, the son of Ivan Drago, the man who killed Adonis' father in the arena played by Florian Munteanu, the ultimate confrontation of the proteges ensues. Balboa reluctantly assists Adonis in preparing for his date with Destiny, which will finally change the trajectory of his legacy. In comparison to Creed, which grossed $173.6 million in 2015, Creed II outperformed forecasts, grossing $213.5 million. Cliffhanger. Sly surprises the world in 1993 with his performance as a professional mountain climber in Cliffhanger, just when you think you've seen him do all there is to do as an actor. Stallone had been acting professionally for 25 years at this point and was hoping to shock the public once more with his presence on screen. He portrays Gabe Walker, an adrenaline junkie and former mountain rescuer who is duped into assisting trapped hikers when their plane crashes. He soon discovers that they are a gang of criminals who have stolen $100 million and are frantic for its location. John Lithgow, Janine Turner, and Michael Rooker were among the cast members, and the film reached a height of $255 million at the box office. Rocky. Stallone was cast as Rocky Balboa in the 1976 sports/drama Rocky, a role that would lead to a hugely popular film franchise for years to come. Rocky is presented as a small-time Philadelphia boxer who was largely unknown in the boxing world before being recruited as a replacement to battle the rough and rugged reigning heavyweight champion, Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers. He works out with former bantamweight boxer Mickey Goldmill to prepare his head and body for the upcoming fight, Burgess Meredith. He begins a romance with Adrienne Penino, Talia Shire, who would subsequently become his wife at this time. The picture grossed an impressive $225 million at the box office, which is impressive for a first-time release. The Expendables. This is where the Expendables adventure begins. The film, which was released in 2010, included many of the same characters, including Dan Payne, Steve Austin, Lee Christmas, Jason Statham, and Hail Caesar, Terry Crews. After being assigned a contract operation to assassinate a dictatorial dictator named General Garza in the Gulf of Mexico, he discovers that the general is nothing more than a pawn. James Monroe, Eric Roberts, a former CIA operative who has gone rogue, is now the true target. Monroe has now teamed up with Garza in order to keep all of the money and drugs for himself. At the box office, The Expendables grossed $268 million. Rocky IV. Rocky IV is a film that epitomizes true grit, dedication, courage, and loyalty. In 1985, Sylvester Stallone returned his iconic role as Rocky Balboa in another epic sports action blockbuster that only he could bring to life. Rocky is hoping to retire and spend time with his wife, Talia Shire, in this installment. But things change when Ivan Drago, Dolph Lundgren, a brutal Russian boxer, defeats Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers, Rocky's friend and previous opponent, in the ring. Rocky vows to revenge his friend's death by booking a bout with Drago in Russia. The film earned a total of $300.37 million at the box office around the world. Rambo: First Blood, Part 2. For more than a few years, Sylvester Stallone has been destroying box office records. He appears to have been a sought-after actor since his arrival in Hollywood, as seen by his return to the big screen in Rambo: First Blood Part 2 in 1985. John Rambo is probably Stallone's most well-known film character, aside from Rocky Balboa. Rambo accepts a bargain from his former captain, Colonel Troutman, played by Richard Crenna, to travel to Vietnam in search of American prisoners of war in exchange for a clean criminal record and freedom from prison. However, he must avoid any bloodshed with his hands. When Rambo learns that his lover, Co Bao, played by Julia Nixon, has been killed by Vietnamese forces, he rapidly breaks his pledge and begins killing every soldier assigned to disarm him. The film grossed a remarkable $300.4 million worldwide because to its high action intensity and emotional impact. The Expendables 2. Stallone returned to his tough guy demeanor in The Expendables 2, reprising his role as Barney Ross in the macho action comedy. The film, which was released in 2012, recounts the mercenary team's reunion, starring Lee Christmas, played by Jason Statham, Gunnar Jensen, played Dolph Lundgren, and Mr. Church, played Bruce Willis. After Mr. Church orders the team to recover an item from a plane crash in Albania, they are stopped by Villain, played Jean-Claude Van Damme, and his Sangs, a criminal arms dealer. They've apprehended Billy the Kid, played by Liam Hemsworth, and plan to assassinate him. For Billy's death, Ross swears vengeance on Villain. The film grossed $311.97 million worldwide, making it only the second entry of the Expendables franchise. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Fans have seen Stallone play a cop, a tough boxer, and the leader of a mercenary gang throughout the years, but seeing him play a superhero in Guardian of the Galaxy 2 would be a novelty for many. While Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, is the main character in the Marvel Studios films, Stallone briefly steals the show as Starhawk in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. In the Marvel Universe, his character is an anti-hero who is doomed to relive his life many times. Many roles, including Kurt Russell, Dave Bautista, and Zoe Saldana, were cast opposite Stallone. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 ranked first on the list with $869.11 million in international box office receipts. Which of these Sylvester Stallone movies is your favorite? Please tell us in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more updates about your favorite celebrities.